Hello, everyone. Hi, Charisse. Are the kids there? Hi. Hi, kiddos. Mwah. All right, I'm trying to find it in the group here. Hang on. There we go. Hi, kiddos. Hey, Kim. How's everyone doing? Hey, Dawn. Kim and Dawn, my sketch queens over here. Hey, Michelle. So glad you could make it. Welcome aboard. Love you do too, Dawn Tibbetts. You guys ready to do some stamping tonight? I'm going to give it a little bit here and see if anybody else pops on before we get started. I hope you have your cards prepped. Who's stamping with me tonight? Hi, Lisa. You can use any set you want, Michelle. What I hope is that once we get these cards made, that you guys will feel really comfortable with remaking these. And I love fun folds, so hopefully you like them too. Hi, Lisa. Well, that's good, Charisse. Yes, Michelle, you can use any stamp set, any paper. It's fine. I'll give it just about another minute and then we're going to get started. For those of you who are ready. Lisa, are you going to stamp with us tonight? Yay, Michelle. Mine gets delivered on Thursday. My pre-order. It took a little bit longer than I had hoped, but that's okay. All right, Lisa. I'm glad you guys are going to be stamping with me tonight. Okay, why don't we get started? Are you guys ready? Okay, let me turn you down and we'll get started, okay? Get your stuff ready. How's that look? Does that look all right? Does that look good? Everything clear? Perfect. Okay, so the first card we're going to do is the Easel card. Great. So here's the card. Show you what it looks like on the side. It's called a square easel card. And it folds right down so you can mail it if you wanted to mail it. And that's what we're going to make. And if you have a different stamp set or different color cardstock, you're all good to go. Okay, so get your prep for that card. We're going to need your paper cutter, scoring, so you're going to get, well, I have Night of Navy, and that's 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. Okay, and we're going to do it on the long end up here at the top. And we're going to score it. And we're going to score it at 4 1/4. Make sure you score and not cut. And score it at 6 1/2. Get mine open up here. Can you see it? I want to make sure you can see. 6 1/2. And score it again. So you're scoring at 4 1/4 and 6 1/2. And it gives you your 2 folds. Okay. Everybody good so far? So now what you're going to do, hi Cynthia. So now what you're going to do is you're going to fold that in half at the 4 1/2, and you're going to burnish your score line. Get a nice crease in there with your bone folder. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do a tent fold on the 6.5 one. And that's actually, and you want to burnish that as well. Okay, and that is actually going to be your easel. Everybody good? So now you're going to we're going to put this one aside for right now. And we're going to take out the smaller of the white, which is the 3 3/4 squared, because that's what we're going to stamp on. Okay? And you're going to do your stamping. Is everybody caught up to me? You guys ready to stamp? Everyone good? So I'm using a Good Man stamp set. And here's the stamp I'm using. So whatever one you're going to stamp, what I did, like on this one, I did it. Your base didn't come out right, Michelle? On the 8.5 side, you should be scoring it at 4 1/4 and 6.5. So take your smaller white, because this is going to be on the easel, and stamp your image. And again, I did mine in the lower left-hand corner to save space. And my image needs to be colored, so I'm going to go ahead and color it. I'm going to use the light and the dark blends, Crumb Cake. And I'm going to start off with the hat. And I'm using the smaller tip because it's a smaller area. And I'm also going to do his shorts. In the Crumb Cake. Okay. So you guys should be coloring in your image. Now I'm going to take the darker Crumb Cake and I'm going to come in on the lines on the hat. And I'm just going to do a little shadow there. Just a little bit of a shadow. Then I'm going back in with my light and I'm going to blend that by just circulating it like this. And it kind of gives it like a two-tone. And then I'm also doing the sand. In the light. And again, I'm going to come in with the dark. and then just come back and blend it again. That's what I like about these blends. Okay. And I'm going to use the light Night of Navy. And I'm going to do his shirt. So are you all coloring in your image? And then I'm going to use, excuse me, the light real red. And I'm going to color in the chair. I don't know why I picked an item that has a lot of coloring, but I just thought with Father's Day or birthdays coming. My husband's birthday is in June, and Father's Day. And then you use the light petal pink, works really good for skin tones. So I'm just gonna color in his arms a little bit here, his neck. And his legs. How's that? How we doing? Are we doing okay? Is anyone still coloring their image? Okay, so now what we're going to do is, let me clean my stamp off. And I'm just using my chamois. And on this card, perfect, Michelle. I did happy birthday, but on this one, I think I'm going to do, I grabbed the Happy Father's Day. And I took that from the Clubhouse stamp set. I'm taking this stamp right here. And I think I'm going to do it in Night of Navy instead of Memento, but you could do either one. And I'm just going to put that down beside him. Close up my ink before I put my hand in it. Okay, how's everyone doing? Are we doing okay? So now what you need to do is you need to get out your crumb cake, and we're going to adhere the Whisper White to the crumb cake. And just center that on your crumb cake. Okay, then you're going to get your 4x4, mine's Night of Navy, out. And then we're going to put that, adhere that to the Night of Navy. Is everyone caught up? Everyone all set? Okay, we'll put that aside. We also have the 1.5x4 for the sentiment, so you can go ahead and stamp your sentiment on there. And that is going to be this piece right here. I'm using Relax Your Way, but you can use any stamp set that you have. Okay. And again, I'm going to use my blue this time since I went with blue, Night of Navy. And you want to center that on that strip, okay? Not bad. Okay. And then you're going to take your strip of crumb cake and we're going to marry that down. And it'll go end to end evenly, it should. And then it'll just show a little border on the top and the bottom. Okay, so go ahead and glue that down to your crumb cake. How's that? Good? Okay, going to do a check-in. Is everybody all caught up? Okay, we can wait a second. Then we're going to stick that aside for a moment. And go ahead and get out your base and the 4 1/4, the actual 4x4 white. That's going to go inside the base. So we're going to put that in with a border on the bottom, and should fit perfectly in there like a regular inside of a card. Okay, so glue that down. And then you need your piece of designer series paper. I'm using the Come Sail Away paper, but you can use any designer paper that you have. That's 1 1/2 by 4, and we're going to stick that down on the bottom, and I would leave a little bit of a border on the bottom, maybe about 1/8, whatever you want to do. And go ahead and stick that down on the bottom. Okay, now this piece here is going to become your stopper for your card. So you're going to need dimensionals across the bottom, and I would put them, put several on there because we want it to stay on. It is going to be the stopper for your easel. Okay, so go ahead and put some dimensionals, or whatever. Hopefully you have some dimensionals handy. And then you're going to center that right on that piece of DSP. And again, that's going to go right from one end to the other. And then that's going to be your stopper. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to adhere our imaged piece layers to the easel. And how we're going to do that is we're going to unfold your card, leaving the flap out on the end. And we're going to put glue on that end flap. And I would be generous with it because we want it to hold those 3 layers of cardstock. So I'm putting a little extra on. And that tab, that end piece, is the same width as your imaged piece. You lost me? Okay, where is everyone? Dawn, at what point are you? Where's everyone at? You can't see my video? I can see it. Anybody else? Can you guys see my video? Anybody else? Okay, you can see me, Michelle? Good. Because I can see it. Anybody else? Okay, Kim, you can see it? So the only thing I'm going to do as an added piece here is just add some twine across the top. Just as a little added piece here. Let's see. Okay. So I just wrapped it around twice. And you just want to do it on the top because it is an easel card, so. I did a one loop bow. There you go. There. What do you think? What do you think of the card? Do you like it? Dawn, did you get stuck? Thank you. I'm glad you like it. How could you not see it, Dawn? Dawn, I'm going to upload the video after and replay it so you can watch it again. Oh, it froze. Oh, bummer. Yeah, I'm going to upload it after we're done so you can watch it at your convenience and just remake it. All right, is everyone all set with this one? Are you ready to do card number 2? Get your stuff for card number 2. And I'm not really sure what to call this. Maybe a double flap card, I think is what I called it. I'm not really sure if that's the technical term for it. So this one opens this way and this way. Okay. Again, I use the same stamp set, same color. You ready to get started? Okay, so we need your trimmer. You're going to need the paper trimmer on this one. And this is 5.5 by 8.5. Scored at 4 1/4. So make sure it's scored at 4 1/4. Okay, now this part I need you to pay attention to, okay, because this is the tricky part of the card. So now you're going to take it out and you're going to put it on the 3-inch mark over here on the left. 3 inches. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we are going to cut up to the score line. Just to the score line. You're going to cut up just to the score line. Okay. And then what I found the easiest way is I just took my snips and I just cut across on the score line versus using the cutter. You can use either one. Okay. And then you're just going to fold your and that's how you make this flap. The paper is 5.5 by 8.5, Dawn. scored at 4 1/4. So a typical card base scored at 4 1/4. So 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. Are we all set? Has everyone cut their paper? Put it at, Dawn, after you do your 4 1/4, you're going to put your card base at 3 inches. I'm going to show you right now. Okay. Put your card base over here at 3 inches on the left. And then you're going to cut up to the score line. Got it? All right. Good. Okay. And then you're going to take the other piece that is 2 3/4 by 5 in the same color cardstock. And you're going to score that at 3/4. Scored at 3/4. Okay, is everybody caught up? Thank you for the loves. Okay, so now we're going to take because this 2 1/2 by 4 Whisper White is going to go on this piece. But before we do that, we want to stamp on it. Okay, so take your piece and we're going to do our stamping. And again, okay, so stamp your image. And depending on what your sentiment is, will tell you how much room you have. and color your image. And again, I'm coloring his hat, his shorts, and the sand. Starting out with the light. And then I'm going to come in with the dark. Do a little bit of shadowing. And then go back in with the light again and just blend it a little bit here. Okay, on this one, I colored the back of the chair yellow. You all coloring in your image? Okay, I'm gonna color his legs. Let me know when you're done coloring your image. And then I just need to color his shirt. Oops, I forgot his neck. My man has no neck yet. Hang on. There we go. Okay. All right. Who's still coloring? Are you still coloring? Are you ready to stamp your sentiment on this? Perfect. So go ahead and stamp. Whatever sentiment you have. And then what we're going to do is adhere that down to this piece right here. So the flap is going to be underneath, and you're going to put this on top. And you're just going to adhere that down. Are we good? Everybody all set? Now you're going to take your 4 by 5 1/4, and this is what is going to go on the inside of the card. But what we're going to do is we're going to glue this piece down by gluing the back side of that tab. So you're going to put glue on the back side of the tab right here. And then you're going to center it on that white piece of 4 by 5 1/4, and you're going to glue that down. Okay? Make sure it's centered as best you can. And here is your flap. Let me know when you're all set. Okay, so now you're going to take your card base and you're going to take your DSP 2 3/4 by 4, and that's going to go on the top flap. So go ahead and adhere that down on there. I'm using, again, the Come Sail Away. I'm trying to use up my DSP. You also need to stamp your sentiment on the white. I am going this one on this card. Relax your way. It's your day. Relax your way. Or you can do, again, Happy Father's Day. Actually, I think I'm going to do another Happy Father's Day. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to adhere the white piece with the blue tab down to your card base. And we're going to glue all of that. I'm going to use Tombow this time. And center that on the inside as best you can. And there's your card. Double flap, 2 flaps. What do you think? Do you like it? I love fun folds. And I think this is easier than it looks. I think if you just take it step by step, and again, you can always rewatch the video and make another one. I also, just to show you, I made another one of those. And I'll show you that one. A Thinking of You card. And again, I'm using up my Magnolia DSP, trying to use up some of my paper. And I love this stamp set. This stamp set is called Beautiful Moments. And I believe this stamp set is carrying over. And I used this one here. But it's, once you make one and you feel comfortable and you make, you make another one, it'll go easier the second time. So what do you think? Do you like them? Trying to get them all in the view so you can see them. Do you like them? All right, I'm going to bring you up. What do you think? Did you like those cards? I hope so. Will you make some more, do you think? Were you going to post those on the group so I can see what you made? Any questions? Any questions? I hope if you make these cards or a version of these cards that you post them on my page and let us know what you made. I appreciate that. And if you have any questions, let me know. And I am going to upload this video so you can rewatch the video and make your cards again if you'd like. Thank you, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I miss you all. Let me know if you have any questions, Michelle. I can help you, okay? Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Take care.